This is video number 1 for chapter 11, which is covering distribution, customer service, and logistics. Logistics and physical distribution, or PD, are the same term, and it simply is referring to the transportation of goods, the storing of goods, and the handling goods in ways that match your target customer's needs with your particular company's marketing mix, the 4 Ps. And so remember that physical distribution and logistics are the same thing. Now, there are definitely different combinations of logistics and physical distribution decisions, and each combination of these different logistics decisions can result in different level of distribution service, which in turn also represents a different level of costs as well. And firms have to decide what the best way to provide that level of distribution service to the customers to meet their needs and wants, and also at the level at which they're willing to pay. Now, from a customer standpoint, customers tend to think about physical distribution in terms of what customer service level do they get. How quickly do they get the products? How dependable is the firm in regards to delivering the product to the customers? It all revolves around their own needs and their own wants. So to improve customer service level, some firms choose to do outsourcing, at least some of their products. Some of them do all of their distribution work to certain specialists. When they outsource to a specialist, what they're doing is looking for the best shipping method for any given product. And that usually is a balancing act between good service and cost as well. Now, this chart shows that there are going to be trade-offs in regards to customer service level, costs, sales, in regards to physical distribution. Alright, so what we're going to look at in this diagram is that the illustration, let me say, the diagram illustrates the important trade-off between customer service and cost. So you have to determine what is going to be more important to you and your company. Alright, so we're going to walk through this here quickly. Transportation costs tend to decline initially because the company doing the shipping gets some economy of scale. We talked about economy of scale before. But eventually, providing high customer service levels may require shipping more frequently, which could have the costs go up a little bit towards the end as well. Another set of costs is your inventory. Okay, inventory costs are something you have to consider. And as a distribution center or store, they have to carry more and more stock to make sure that to meet the customer's needs and wants, so that when the customer wants something, they have access to it. There's also a cost of lost sales. When a product's not in stock or it takes too long to arrive, customers will go someplace else to shop. And that happens all the time. So that's one way that you can look at these lost sales. And when all the costs are added up, we get the total cost of physical distribution. Right, now you notice that the curve of lost sales goes down as customer service increases, but only to a certain point as well. Now this slide here, we're talking about physical distribution concept focusing on the whole distribution system. Remember, the physical distribution concept is what dictates that all of the transportation, all of the storage, the handling of all the product, all of those activities should be coordinated as one system. And the goal is to try to minimize the cost of the distribution for customer service level, for whatever customer service level you're looking at. And the first thing that organizations need to do is, in regards to implementing the physical distribution concept, is to decide what service level that they want to offer. To what extreme are they going to go with customer service? And the bottom line is marketers have to find the lowest total cost for that right customer service level. Okay, to find it at the best deal that they possibly can. There's an option in here called the total cost approach, And the total cost approach simply is where you evaluate each possible system, physical distribution system, and identify the total cost of each of the alternative systems, and go with whichever one is best. Checking your knowledge here. A manufacturer of accessories for personal computers evaluates all of the alternative systems by combining order processing, transportation, inventory management, and storage. If the total cost approach is followed, which physical distribution system should the manufacturer select? Okay, I'll give you a second to read through those. Now, as a reminder, the goal of this approach would be to meet customer service needs at the lowest total cost. Alright, so that would be letter C. Okay, you're looking at letter C as the best answer. Alright, the physical distribution or logistics functions must be spread across the channel to facilitate the flow of goods and services. Each member needs to be efficient with how they handle things so that maximum value can be passed on to the consumer. Alright, that is a major goal here. Now, functions can be shifted and shared in a channel. Alright, that's big, because how that is handled will really affect the marketing mix, but especially the price for the final customer. JIT is the just-in-time, and the thing you need to be aware of this is that you have to have really close cooperative relationship between all the channel members. And if you do have that, not only will it help with customer service and logistics activities, but it also will reduce conflict among the channel members too. Supply chain may involve even more firms than channel of distribution. It could be facilities, logistics activities, it could be a lot of different things, from getting the product from the manufacturer to the consumer. So the supply chain could have a supply chain in there, which is the complete set of firms, facilities, logistics, activities that take the product from start to finish. Better information helps coordinate PD. Trying to coordinate physical distribution throughout an entire supply chain can be extremely difficult and very trying. Computers and the internet are becoming more and more important to marketing managers, because they use them to keep track of inventory levels, especially with that just-in-time inventory, so that they also want to know when they need to order things, where the goods are coming from, and following them also real time with the shipments so that they know approximately when they're going to be arriving. The continuously updated information systems, and this is an example of this, would be in a grocery store when they use the checkout scanners. As soon as that happens real time, an item gets taken out of the inventory, so they can have up-to-the-minute inventory counts and instantaneous readouts of exactly not only what is left, but also knowing exactly what the customers are buying at any given point. Electronic data interchange, often referred to as EDI, sets a standard by putting information in a structured format that allows suppliers and customers to access each other's computer systems. Now, this is used to try to help up the speed of processing orders, tracking inventory, also managing customer service requests as well. Lastly, they're talking about the ethical issues that might arise in all areas of marketing. Physical distribution is no different, where some ethical issues may arise. There might be some concerns here. Most of the ethical issues that come up in physical distribution are about communications over the availability of products. Sometimes retailers also receive criticism for running out of products that they promote very heavily. So there's a big promotion on something, you go to the store to get it, and it's not there. So that can be a major issue as well. Alright, and this brings us to the end of the first video for Chapter 11.